Good afternoon, Ninjani. I hope everyone is well. I'm well. Can't complain. I see my skin is looking good. It's looking and feeling better. I was suffering from acne for a couple of months, and I think I know the spiritual reason why I was suffering from it, and also dietary demands. I had to change my diet. So I've been looking after myself better, and I'm taking the instructions and I'm not taking them very lightly. So I will be doing a video of the importance of diet for healing. Anyways, so this video is inspired by an interview I watched on Moya. They were interviewing Dr. Kanyisile Litchfield Shabalala, Ugogo Shabalala. Ntiki was interviewing her, and they were speaking a lot on feminism. And Ugogo Shabalala is against it, and I am one of those people too. I am so with her in the disagreement with feminism. I'm against it, and my reason for it is I can explain it this way. Feminism came from white women who were not treated equally by their counterparts, right? By their male species. And they wanted to be equal to men. And guess what? As soon as they started fighting for that, I'm not sure if it was before World War I, but then women started now being put into, because they also wanted to, they were forced as well to go work, because a lot of their men were off at war. A lot of their sons were off at war. So there were no providers, and the women now had to go and work in the factories that made all these weapons, the factories that made all the attire for the wars and stuff. So this is how and when women were being allowed into the workforce. Before that, it was a thing, Yoguti, the man marries, the woman goes, looks after the children in the house and cleaning and cooking and everything, and then the man goes and works and provides for that family, right? But even before that age, patriarchy is a very big force in Caucasian race, in European race, and other races besides ours. I'm not sure about the other two races besides African, but one thing that I do know is that we as Africans, the woman was and always has been put above the male. The male is under because we understand the order of life, right? We've always understood it, and these changes came because of obvious historical reasons and causes. So right now, my qualm with this whole feminist movement is that it is not balanced. We are out here saying yes, and there is, and also, yes, there's GBV, for example, in South Africa, which is a big issue and concern. There's a high rise in crime against women where anyone can rape you anytime. You're not safe as a woman in our country anymore. And again, going back to historical research, if you do your history, we will understand why we are at this phase as a nation. It's because also there are a lot of broken men out there. There are a lot of broken men who were raised in households that were run under patriarchy. These are men where indoda ayikhali, ukasutu kamsadi, and all these things came with the oppression that came with the foreigners that came and took over our land. So we need to first understand why we are at the state with facts. And the fact is that our culture was once before taken away from us. Okay. Now with that fact being there and us now being in a state where our men are trash, why are we still going on and saying indoda must? If that's what we are pepperizing out there, men are trash, why it should, if we are preaching this thing, men are trash, there should be a large movement of a lot of women either turning towards being nuns and staying nuns for the rest of their lives, or encouraging their kids to go that way, their daughters to go that way, or a lot of women who are dedicating themselves back to themselves and saying, you know what, I am done with men. And me being done with men is me staying celibate and single for the rest of my life. Instead, there's an ironic rise of women still demanding men to do more. We are saying men are trash, and at the same time we are saying indoda must. So we are saying fuck you guys, but at the same time we say come and work for me, come and provide, come and make me feel like a woman by you being a man. You being a man is you providing for all my needs, making sure I do this, making sure I eat, making sure I have a car. Or if you find me with a car, you give me petrol money, you give me an allowance, you give me this, you do this for me, 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 and all I give you is my vagina. Because I'm a woman. Men should take care of women. That is all patriarchy. That is all shit that comes from the same people who are giving us feminism, this movement that we are saying we are for. Women's rights. If we are for women's rights, we will come in understanding the true role of the women. If we're saying we are fighting for, the only rights that I am for and I'm so fighting for is the safety of women. More than anything, my biggest issue here in the country is our safety as women. That's the thing I'm praying for most. But then I also have an issue with us, my sisters. We are contradicting ourselves and we are the hugest and biggest hypocrites. We are ready to throw our men away, but at the same time, we are so quick to use them like toilet paper. So these men must still do all these. We are out here looking for fathers and not partners. A lot of us are out here looking for fathers. And the reality is, even T.D. Jakes mentioned it when he, one of his sermons, what was he talking about? Purpose is not petty. Check it out when you find the time. And he made mention of how a lot of women are out here trying to tell men how to be men. How can I as a woman come and tell a man how to be a man? I should be focusing on myself, shouldn't I? I should be making time to being a better woman for who? For myself first. Right? So, what is a woman doing? What are we as women doing? It's always been my question. What are we as women doing if we're saying indoda must? Indoda must provide. We'll provide for who? For you. Okay, so even in the age of us saying women equality, we are becoming lazier and lazier as women in South Africa. Lazier and lazier. We just want to be queens to kings. We just want to find men who have it all so that we can just be housewives. Can be a real housewife, a TV housewife who stays at home, drives that Bentley, has 4 nannies, doesn't cook. All I do is go out and shop. I travel, Dubai, all of that. How does it make sense? Please, someone make me understand that. Women equality, we should be working. If you're a feminist, you should be having your own money. Make your own money. Go and make your own money. If you're for women equality, go and make your own money. Be a woman who stands and say, no, I don't need a man to come and feed me. I need a man to come and do what? And protect me. I need his covering to protect me, not to be my father or to be above me. No, I need a partner. That's what a partnership is. A partnership between man and woman. And then in this partnership, the roles will never be equal because we are not equally made. We are not made the same. Psychologically, we are not the same. Physically, we are not built the same. Biologically, we are not built the same. When you burn a body, if it's a woman, guess what part of the body will be left? Even every bone is burnt, but there's one bone or one part that will never be burnt. If it's a female body, it's the pelvic bone that will be left. If it's a male specimen, it'll be the chest. This bone, it'll be this that'll be left to show that it was a male. Now, if you look at these parts that are left over, does it not again highlight our roles? My role, because it's a pelvis, doesn't mean I'm only here to give birth. It means my job is to give life to everything that I put my mind, heart, and anything that I touch. My job here is to bring life. If this is it, it's armor as a man. So a man's job is what? To protect. What is he protecting? Everything that this woman, my partner, is bringing to life or giving life to, including myself as a man. Giving life comes even from your words, how you speak to your partner, how you see the male specimen, or should I say now it's counterpart. Imagine counterpart. We are not together. Even that, just saying counterpart, it just sets us apart. It's like we are saying, oh, the opposite of what I am. We are all one thing with different roles. So please, the feminists, help me understand how indoda must, when you are trying to be equal with him. If you are equal, if we are really equal, right? So it's the same argument I can give to men. But yeah, we are now 50-50. Oh, okay, if that's the case, if we are now 50-50, sure, but I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, I don't even have to give you kids. I don't have to be a mother if we are 50-50. That's been my argument. Okay, if we are going 50-50, then let's go fully 50-50. But this whole 50-50 thing, the woman is still expected to be a woman in the house. Like the roles that even the same patriarchy gave to women, that the woman is the one who cleans, who cooks, no, all of this, everyone in the family had a role. The grandmothers were the ones nurturing the kids, looking after the kids during the day, right? And then the mothers were out looking after the land, the crops, the food that we are eating, because they are life givers. And then the men were looking after the homestead and protecting it. They were protecting the homestead. The little boys were out looking after our currency, which is the livestock. The little girls are also there to look after the elders, the old people. The young girls are looking after the old people. You see how everyone had a role. Every damn person in the family, in the household, in the community had a role. But now it's all about, no, I am above you, you are above me. It's this thing. And I'm being honest, guys, they're sharp against me. It's kicked our ass. Feminism has been kicking our ass. It's clearly kicking our asses. It clearly is, Joe. So I don't understand. And the Lina, guys, this thing of saying, yeah, it makes no sense of saying indoda must. Meantime, he must what? Oh, okay, he must get me this. Do you know how much this thing costs? First of all, if you want this man to get it for you, have you ever bought this thing for yourself? No. So so our men must be our fathers. So going back to what TV Jakes was saying, sorry, before I go and derail, he said the women who are so quick to try and tell a man how to be a man mostly are women who weren't raised by their fathers. These are fatherless women. So it's coming from a space of what? Of lacking. It's coming from a space of lacking. I don't know if my theory could be correct, but a lot of women who really don't understand this whole feminism are women who did grow up around their dads or male figures, should I say. And to some extent, there's a part of you that's just like, but no, I can't hate men. There's a part of me that's just cannot hate men. It cannot, because I know what a man is, because I saw it. I grew up with it. It's the same as men who were abandoned by their mothers. They grew up hating women. They grew up having issues against women. For example, Moses Sitola, the serial killer, he hated women because of his history with his mom. Even the serial rapists, and look at their history with their mothers. Look at their mothers. Look at their mothers and the type of mothers that they had. Kimang pesta. I just listened to his mother speaking, given I did sleep, and I was like, wow, this woman is a mess. You can tell. But it all for a man to be fucked up, it's as well, from how he was raised, the type of woman and mothering that he had, the type of nurturing that he had. For a woman to hate men comes from a lacking of that energy and that protection. So it's all a matter of balance and finding the roles and understanding what it is. So understanding, we're not understanding what we are fighting. We don't know what we are saying. We really don't know what we are saying. We don't know what we're saying. We are, hey, I'm a feminist, independent woman, but a lot of us, we are going to bed very lonely because we are trying to be men. That's the problem. We are out here trying to be men because we want to be equal to men. So we want the jobs that men have. We want to do the jobs that men have. Whereas a true woman sits in her throne. No one gives you your throne. You sit in it. If you know who you are, your role as a being, you will sit in it so nicely. And that chair, that seat, that throne will come back to serve you. So a true woman is not about being out there and fighting and being the ruler of all men. That is not what a woman is. That's why a lot of us right now, we are depressed. We're hating ourselves because we've worked so hard in the masculine energy, because we were raised in it because of patriarchy, because of history. And we understand how it came here. So because we understand how it came here, we need to now start being realistic and understanding on how we are behaving and changing our behavior. It's one thing saying apartheid, hey, what. Let's look at apartheid in every way and how it destroyed us. Let's look at how it destroyed us, because everything that we are doing right now is still under that same system. We are now still trying to still be in the system that these same Caucasians created against us. We are now still trying to belong into that same world that was created for us. Look at our governments. These are people who were educated by the same people who are oppressing us. So why are we surprised that our African governments are the way that they are? It's because a lot of our government people, a lot of everyone, from Mandela, whoever, whatever they studied was through and from the same people that oppressed us. So whatever they learned, they are coming back to oppress us libona in their own right. So being a capitalist, as per the book says, is you understanding that the system exists. And the system is always 200 or 3 or even 400 years ahead of the people who are oppressed. So we still have another 600 years to catch up to this world that we're still trying to fit into. So if you're a capitalist, you will understand the world and the system that you are in. You'll understand how it's against you. And then you will know how to navigate yourself in that same system while still being true to yourself without losing yourself to a point where even generations after you, while still under that same system, will keep losing and diluting until it's no more. So the reality is knowing the world that we are living in and we stop complaining about it, but do something about it by being smart about it. Right now, we are trying so hard to still be in the same schools that these people built for their own children, to a point where all these schools are filled with our children. Where are these white kids? Can someone please tell me where all these white kids are? Do you know where they are? They're at home. They're being taught at home. And then tomorrow, what's going to happen? Our kids are going to work for those kids who are being educated at home of who they are. They're not being taught African history wherever they are. They are not being taught African history at all. Do you think they're being taught about African people? No, they're being taught to be true to themselves. If kilu Juda, bamrutas Juda. If kilu kula, bamrutas kula. When wa ka umruta ka Napoleon, umruta ka Hitler. Imagine that shit. Like, you know, when I was in high school, a large portion of grade 11 and 12, actually a large portion of high school life, history, because my favorite subject were history and English. and Afrikaans because a large portion were taught the fucking European history. I remember I had a file this thick of African, what was it? French Revolution, and then the World War One, the World War Two. Do you know, I was amazed to learn in a documentary that around World War Two, France took North Africans, Morocco and stuff. So they took a lot of North African men as soldiers to come and work as, like, let's say, Masola, dealing their colonies within or under the German state or whatever, right? And then they brought Africans into Europe, ne? And then obviously over time, these Africans, obviously, Blackberry, the women got attracted to it. It's life. A lot of them had families with these black soldiers and all of that. So in the long run, once the Nazis were now in power, do you know they sterilized all the kids that came from the union of the white German women and the African men. They sterilized these kids. They were sterilized to ensure this doesn't come back. That they don't come back. We don't want to dilute our bloodline with this bloodline. So my thing is, what the fuck? Why then was I taught only about that part? Why was I not told about my own people being in these countries, part of the same war that I'm being taught about or of? And then also to find out that even my great-grandfather was sent to one of these fucking wars to come back and be given a bicycle and a pair of boots. After leaving his family, now the family doesn't have protection anymore because now he's off fighting a war that he knows nothing about. So, do you think these white kids are being taught about our history if we are not being taught about our own history? No. So these white kids are not in the same schools that we're working so hard. So look at things now. So now women are fighting. Yes, I want education. So straight after school, you want to go to varsity. Okay, sharp. Or get whatever education you get. Straight after that, you want to get into the workforce. You're in the workforce. Now, in the workforce, you have children. Life happens, you have children. Now you're going to work so hard, even 10 times harder, to make sure that you maintain this lifestyle that was not created for your people, but created by another race that saw and sought themselves as more superior to you at some point. So now we are working hard to be in the same spaces that these people had actually initially designed just for themselves. So you're going to work hard to take your child to that school, right? You want to take that child to that school that doesn't understand your child, isn't trying to understand your child. The schools that you're sending your child to now have less and less white teachers, which are seen as more viable because it's in a white school. So that school matters more because it's in a white area. Even these white areas are being filled by more and more black people. And the white people are doing what? They are moving away. We are trying so hard to move into these white people's houses, these haunted houses with their ghosts, to come back and haunt us with and guys, it's a slippery slope. It's not working. It is not working. Biko said it, black men, you are on your own. The reason why he said it is because we are trying so hard to fit in worlds that are not ours. Black men, you are on your own means black men come together. Because the world is not fighting for us. Yet we are fighting against each other. And we expect that same world to come back and what? Unite us back? Do you think that same world is going to come now and say, no. Black man, black woman, no, come together. They don't give a fuck. They're happy that things are the way they are. Huh? What do you think they are saying when you are saying men are trash? Even white women are saying, no, black men are too much trouble, because we, the black women, are going out and saying, hey, black men are too much. And then tomorrow, what do you see? You see that white woman with a black man. Right? You're going to see that. A white woman with a black man. And then what? You black women are now gonna come and fight the black men and say, yeah, you guys, you don't want us anymore. You are going for white women. Do you know why now they are going for it? Rarasa. Hey man, we know too much now. We are fucking annoying. Hey, all we are doing is complaining and have nothing to prove for it. And indoda must. Indoda must. You know, there are a lot of women who look so good right now. They babangata banyana ba bantle montle. O ka tsamaya during the week wa ya moleng wa ya ka tlo ba bona ba le up to date from Manala to Mariri to Diabaro to everything. Ask her what she does. Nothing. Ask her what she's done. Nothing. Okay, even if she has a job. Okay, so what's your plan with this job? Nothing. She's just happy earning a salary. So how are we empowering ourselves as women then? If we are going on saying, indoda must. Indoda must even pay for your fees. Or you can just go get a job and educate your damn self. Then we can be equals. We are not equals. We'll never be equals. We will never be equal. So we just need to make up our minds. Are we for or against men? If we were against them, a lot of women would be turning into nuns. They'd be working hard to stay virgins. They'd be working hard to turn into religions that don't need for them to be with men. A lot more women would be doing that, but it's not happening. We are still trying to find men and be in partnerships because the reality is no one wants to end up alone. But hey, guys, stop being fooled by people out there. Even the women who are out here telling you, the celebrities are fuck men. Hey, Luna, in the background, she's not going to bed alone. But about you, fuck men. Men are trash. That woman has a man. And maybe we understand that partnership and balance more. Stop being fooled by people. No one wants to be alone. That's the reality of it. We are busy making a noise and saying men are shit. And we're going to bed aching deeply in our hearts because of loneliness. Loneliness. And the loneliness starts from us not loving ourselves first. Right? We have discovered that. It comes from us not loving ourselves. It comes from us not accepting ourselves. If we accepted ourselves, we would look more like ourselves. We wouldn't be wearing hair that's not ours. Each to their own, still. But even that, it says a lot about where we are as black women. It says a damn lot. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. It makes no sense to be wearing someone else's hair. Because if you understand the power of hair, you understand that's your power. That's your connection to this world and this earth. And we as Africans, we know that we are the first beings of this life, right? So if we understand that, and we are the bringers of all life to all races, why the fuck would I go and buy hair of a race that's not mine and wear it on my head? So if I'm doing that, what am I putting above myself? Am I still the queen of this body if I go and buy Melissa's hair? I'm in power. And then I go and I buy Melissa's hair. Who's now in power? Which crown is now on my throne? It's Melissa's power. And then my spirit, my guides, do they recognize this Melissa? Oh, I see. Melissa. Oh, Melissa ke mang na? Melissa. And then what happens internally, girl? So there's a conflict. Depression, what? Bipolar. You go on antidepressants, right? And because you are not okay, you attract what you are, right? You're not okay yourself. What will you do internally? You'll attract men who are also how you are, because Lena past their history was fucked up by the patriarchy system that came from foreign lands. Guys, let's get real. Please, let's stop fucking around. Let's get real, please. Please, let's get real. Let's stop lying. Can we please stop lying to ourselves? Please stop lying to ourselves, please. Can we please stop lying to ourselves? And also, not that I'm against makeup, but also please do your research and finding out what makeup is made out of. Yes, it's made out of circumcised skin. Or should I say foreskin? A lot of makeup is made out of foreskin. They use foreskin to make what you put on your face. To make what you put on your face to look like a different person. There's nothing wrong with makeup. It's always existed. But the way it's going on now and how it's made and how it's promoted, and I am against anything that moves a person away from accepting how they were born. That's it. Freedom of expression, right, fine, express yourself how you are, but it makes no sense for you to be expressing yourself away from who you truly are. That makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense at all. No fucking sense at all. And at the same damn time, I don't see no white women trying to wear black hair. I see them trying to have black asses and hips and bodies. Yes, I see that. We've always influenced that, but I don't see them trying to have African hair. I don't see Melissa trying to have Mamu's hair. Or trying to have Mamu's hair. Or trying to have Mamu's skin. I don't see Melissa trying to do that. Yes, she tans. And they just sit in the sun and tan. It goes away. They go back to the natural skin color. When you'll go, oops, bleach. Clever. But hey, the knuckles, the elbows, the knees, hey, the in-betweens, they will show who you truly are. Your true self always comes forth, right? So please make the time to understand what it is that you are fighting and what it is that you claim to be standing for. Do your research, do your homework. Let's get in just following things that you do not understand, that push you away from being yourself. I am against anything that makes black men and black women fight each other. Fuck that. I am against anything like that. That's me. I said it. So that's why I'm not a feminist, because feminism is the daughter of patriarchy. Aunty Magogo out. See you guys soon. Mwah.